Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ashraf Hadi bin Mustafar. I want to present about my final year project, which is development of driving simulator for driver skill training software using Unity 3D. My supervisor name is Dr. Ahmad Qushairi bin Makhtar. This slide presentation will contain of quick introduction about the project, methodology, result and analysis, and recommendation. For the introduction, the objective of this my FYP is to create 3D driving training simulator by using Unity 3D based on tests in JPG training test. Then evaluate the driver whether pass or fail when driving simulation is run, and enhance and improve the skill of the driver. My scope of work for literature review is to research about developing driving simulator in overseas and Malaysia, and the advantage of the driving simulator and what is the Unity 3D. And then develop the project methodology using Unity 3D. We have two processes of methodology, which are developing 3D driving training simulator and evaluate the performance of the simulator. First methodology is talking about the process flow of developing 3D driving training simulator. Initially starting from importing car asset, encoding the car asset, and creating the map and import other asset, then interact language coding between the car asset and other asset, and then creating the intro menu and exit menu, and evaluating simulation. If some error in the coding, we fixing and detect in simulation, and finally we build the project. So for the first step is importing car asset and coding the car asset. You can see here how I am importing the car asset to the scene. First is I got the car asset from Unity Asset Store website, which was available for free, then import to the scene. Then we need to add the box collider to the asset for making sure the car will be realistic when colliding something. And then the car will add the rigid body to make sure the car had mass in itself. Next process is I script the coding of the car to give the movement. This is my script of the car. We can see here I have assigned the vertical and the horizontal. Vertical is mostly for accelerate and reversing the car, while horizontal is usually the cornering the car. Button can be found at the project setting based on this page. For example, the horizontal is basically use the button right and left arrow or A and or D button. Furthermore, it can be used in external hardware such as joystick and external hardware. Then the term of jump is for braking the car, which is basically the space button or Z-axis at external joystick. Next process is to give the camera follow the car. This is my script, and I had created 3 cubes based on this page. This cube will be target for the camera to follow the same as the car movement. Middle cube is for cockpit and rear view, while the other cube is for left view and right view. Then we add the rear view. Based on this page, we add some camera at behind, and camera will follow the car movement. Next process is to show the speedometer of the car. This is the script to show the speedometer. The speed of magnitude of the car will be multiplied to 3.64 km per hour value. Then the brake light was scripted as shown. The brake light will appear if the button vertical, which is Z, negative Z, which was the car reversing. If the car reversing, the brake light will be active. Next flow is to create the map and importing another asset. The map was created based on the map in JPG circuit. Then the map road had been created by the Easy Road 3D, which was available in Asset Store. For starting, we had created the terrain, and this was the example option to increase the height and adding some tree in terrain. Next process in the train, the tests on the map were created. We had created the S corner, side parking, hill, sharp corner, T parking, and the additional building. Finally, this was the whole map will look like. Next step was to interact the coding between the car and other assets. This slide was showing the script car collision when the car collide with the divider. Based on this script, when the cars collide, the heat panel will be appear, and the script will call the game manager to restart the game after a few delay. This slide was showing how to trigger the cube asset when pass each test. The cube test was provided in S corner, T parking, side parking, and sharp corner. This cube will be invisible in the game. When the car was triggered, the cube, the end trigger, script will call the game manager for appearing the pass panel based on this page and disappear the mirror. Then the scene will go into the next test after a few delay based on this panel script. This was showing the trigger cube at hill test. Based on this in trigger script, when the car tire is on the bump, the car need to stay on that reading 3 seconds. Then the game manager will be called and the pass panel will be appear, and the off trigger will be off based on this script. Then if the car fails to stay within 3 seconds, the off trigger will be active and the game will be restarted. The next step is to creating the intro menu and exit menu. For this is the first when to enter in the simulator. This is the menu script. When this showing when the start button is clicked, it will go into the next scene based on this bug index. This is showing two script in the final after finishing the test. If the quit button is clicked, the application will quit, and if the main menu button is clicked, it will go into the first index, which is main menu. Next is to evaluating simulation. If there is no error, then we go into the project. The platform will be the PC hardware. We click the button for the final step. This was showing the process of the evaluation of the simulator when in running. There are 5 tests all, and the test queue was based on this scene index based on this page. The cone is as the guide for the players to go to the correct path in each test. For our result and analysis, and so this 2 video is showing the my result when running the project, when running the driving simulator. This is for left and right view and far view. and cockpit view, reversing and acceleration. For the second video is showing the test in driving simulator. This is our test drive. First is side park. The pass panel will be appear if the trigger, when the car collide the trigger. This is the T-parking. Next is hill test. And then as corner. And final is sharp corner. Okay, so this video is showing my respondent testing the driving simulator. For the analysis of my driving simulator, so far I have the 4 respondents just going testing the driving simulator. Then they have read my simulator driving simulator for the performance of steering sensitivity, gain confidence to face the real driving, improve the driver skill in real driving, realistically of the car handling, accelerating and reversing and braking, the performance of the pedal sensitivity. For criticism and recommendation, for the respondent had responded there is no sound in driving simulator and the pedal was very sensitive. So recommendation is add sound engine and music in the driving simulator and decrease the sensitivity of the pedal. For the other recommendation for future work is improve the environment of the map and use virtual reality in driving simulator. That's all from me. For the question, can contact me at this number and email me at this email. That's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.